They say that if you throw one coin into the Trevi Fountain, you'll return to Rome, and if you throw two coins into the font, famous for its ancient Roman craftsmanship, you'll fall in love with an Italian, and if you throw three coins, you'll marry that stranger. So, what do you get if you throw black dye into the pristine waters of Rome's most beautiful fountain? Climate activists from last generation did exactly that on Sunday, wishing for clean water. And nothing says we wish for clean air and water like polluting water with black dye. How stupid must you be to think that the best way to prove you want a clean planet is by contaminating water from which birds come to drink? We fight pollution with pollution. It doesn't even make sense. The activists climbed into Trevi Fountain and released some kind of dark dye into the water as onlookers filmed. By the time police intervened, most of the water had turned black, and the activists, likely taking their first bath in some time, had unfurled signs calling for a cooler climate. I wonder, did temperatures fall in your part of the world after their stupid stunt? No? Not here either. Climate bedwetters condemn everyone else as climate criminals while ignoring the environmental impact of their own senseless vandalism. And since when did anything that climate protesters do make any sense, let alone any difference? The mayor of Rome said he was unsure if the fountain's famous marble artwork had been damaged, but that the fountain's 300,000 litres of water would definitely need to be replaced. And this, as Italy faces its second successive year of severe drought. It should be obvious by now that most of these activists are not actually interested in solving any real problems because, well, that's actually hard. No, they just want to feel good about themselves and show everyone how brave and righteous they are saving the planet by making the news. It's all about their ego. And as an added bonus, they get to deface Western civilization while they're at it. But it's not vandalism if you're protesting, apparently. Last Generation was formed in 2021 to take action on climate change and have quickly become a menace right across Europe. In 2022, they performed 276 road blockages in Germany alone. In November last year, members of Last Generation threw vegetable soup over a Van Gogh painting in Rome. The protesters posted on Twitter, "We act for the love of life and therefore the love of art. In a future where we'll struggle to find food for everyone, how can we think that art will still be protected?" So let me get this straight. They vandalise art now because they want art to be protected in the future. They also attacked a Monet painting in Germany with mashed potatoes. They justified that attack by explaining that expensive art will be useless in a future where food is scarce. Well, fortunately, food is so abundant now, they can afford to throw it at walls. And in April, the group protested the Berlin E-Prix by gluing themselves to the track. They didn't explain how protesting a net zero electric car race made any sense because, well, it didn't. If these climate activists are serious about confronting climate change, they'll go to Antarctica and stage a sit-in until the planet cools, because that would make as much sense and about as much difference as what they're currently doing. Last Generation and their ilk could plant trees or pick up litter or help animals. The list goes on. But instead, they pour dye into fountains, throw food at works of art, glue themselves to asphalt and cause traffic congestion. They're changing the climate, all right, but in the wrong direction. As for the Trevi Fountain, these climate ferals would have no idea of its rich history, how the aqueduct provided water for Rome for 400 years, how Nicola Selvi was commissioned in 1730 by the Pope Clement XII to design it, with work beginning in 1732 and taking 30 years to complete. They'd be clueless about how it featured in the famous love scene from the classic 1960 film La Dolce Vita, where the main character spends a night kissing a Hollywood film star in the fountain. No, the self-proclaimed Last Generation would know none of that because they behave as if they're the only generation. And that's a big part of their problem. Claiming to worry that all humans will cease to exist, they behave as if only they do.